Hello everyone, I am Ashutosh Sharma and today I will be talking about Vechain and how it solves one of the biggest problems of today's date, which is supply chain. So let's begin. So let's first answer what Vechain exactly is. So Vechain is an enterprise blockchain platform which was designed to enhance the supply chain management and business processes. And how it does it is it wants to bring blockchain to the supply chain. Currently, it offers blockchain as a service, which is also known as PaaS products, to customers in the logistics and data management industries. There are two tokens in VeChain. One is called VET, which is the VeChain token. It is used to transfer value across VeChain's network. And the second one is VThor. VThor is VeChain Thor energy. It is used as an energy or gas to power smart contract transactions. The VeChain is like any other cryptocurrency, which acts as a value layer and can be used as a transaction. On the other hand, the VThor uh, is only for a smart contract value, and it acts like a smart contract layer. And in the gas fee, out of what we get, 70% of it burns and 30% it uses it. As we can see in the slide, how VET and VThor works. Now, what is this buzz about VeChain? As we can see in recent times, it has been in newspapers a lot many times. Let's find out. So let's first begin with some statistics. Uh, as we have listed the current prices of VET and VThor, and all this data is as per 20th February 2022. Currently, the market capitalization of VET is $3.1 billion, which makes it the 41st largest cryptocurrency, and VThor is around $153 million, making it the 287th largest cryptocurrency. And currently, there are around 64 billion VET coins, which have a max supply of 86 billion VET coins. And currently, there are 45 billion VThor coins. And one important thing to note is that VThor do not have any max limit. There can be unlimited VThors which can be generated. Now, before we dive deeper, let's first know a little bit about its history. So, VeChain started as a subsidiary of Bitse. Bitse is one of the China's largest blockchain companies and is among the few blockchains that already have a substantial customer base among established companies. Initially, the VEN token functioned on the Ethereum blockchain, and later on it transitioned into its own blockchain and rebranded itself in 2018. So the VEN blockchain became VE Chain Thor, which we know as VET blockchain. Now let's also talk about something about the founders. The 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 VeChain was made by Sunny Lu, who was the former CIO of Louis Vuitton China. Like Lu has been since well known name in the cryptocurrency industry. He has drawn the attention to the ability of blockchain technology to solve transparency, in particular arguing that it can create trust-free enterprise business structures that do not suffer from information corruption. Thanks to the close working collaborations with key auditing certification consultants like PwC and DNV, who verify data quality and certify industrial processes, and the fellow co-founder Jay Zhang, who directs VeChain's global corporate structure, governance, and financial management, also previously worked for Deloitte and PwC in the financial and risk management sphere. So now we have a brief idea about history and the founders of VChain. So now we can talk about the use case of VChain, which is the most important thing. So there's some reason behind every coin. Like when a coin is made, and if there is a solid reason behind making them, then and then only the coin performs well in the market. And the coin we are going to talk about, the VChain, works behind the supply chain. So how it does it? So VChain can be used to track quality, authenticity, storage temperature, transportation medium, last mile delivery of any product, and that too right from the manufacturing facility to the final delivery at the end customer. So how do they do it? So for that, let's talk about pizza, and let's take an example of Domino's. Say, so we have seen like whatever work regarding pizza is done by Domino's, it's done by them only. Like the employees only do it. So from the factory till the pizza arrives in our hand, all the work is done by one system. So so we do not have any transparency in the system. Like we do not know what's in the pizza, where it came from, what the ingredients were, or anything like that. So let's see how we can use blockchain here. So from whenever the dough was made in factory, after the amount of processes were done, the vehicle came in, what temperature it came in, how long the car was parked outside, then after that, how long it was kept in the deep freezer, then at what time the pizza was made, and how much time it took to bring the order from when it was made, and like all these things, how, if we can have access to all these things, that too in a trust free way, then we can really understand like where this pizza came from, how it came from, and everything about that pizza. So this is what VChain is trying to solve. So so the potential use of VChain is in the industries where it is critical to know if a product is safely sourced and stored through various owners and facilities. The major use case of this is in the food and pharmaceutical industry. And not only that, VChain is also being useful for anti-counterfeiting, digital vehicle passports, or open financial transactions. And there are like two companies who have been using it in production. The two well-known companies are Renault and BMW. So in this diagram, we can see how VChain VChain works in the supply chain. So what it does, it like first we can see that it connects the data sets to assets, products, and processes, and it allows the secure sharing of data sets from multiple sources. Then it's allow for selective, secure, and profiled access to data sets, and also helps in reducing margin of errors. It enables process automation. It enhances data quality and data integrity. It allows tracking transactions. It allows digitizing identity and ownership. It also ensures the origin and authenticity, in all the while enhancing the supply chain transparency and traceability. And now let's talk about some companies which use VChain. So we can see a block diagram of all the companies that uses VChain. So let's talk about some of them in detail. So there has been strategic partnership over the years with several companies with VChain. Like we can talk about the agreement with PwC for VChain's blockchain powered solutions to be used by the accounting firms client base to improve product verification traceability. Also the recent partnership with Renault creating in conjunction with Microsoft and Visio, where they plan to make a digital car maintenance book that cannot be tampered with. Also, not only this, Vechain also worked with the central government of China. Like it became the technology partner for Guiyan, which is an economic development zone for the central Chinese government. Also, companies like Deloitte and Salesforce have also worked with Vechain, and there's also been news of Walmart China working for food safety by using the system, and DNB using the system for logistical purposes. And from all this, we can see that this cryptocurrency is very strong and it has very big partners. And there is no other cryptocurrency like this in this supply chain industry domain. Now, let's clear some details. The mechanism of work is on proof of stake and proof of authority, and its transaction speed is 10,000 transactions per second, and it can be greatly increased. So VGen has been designed in such a way with a complete thought in mind that it can easily be increased whenever we require the more transactions per second in near future. Now let's dive deeper into the working of VGen. VGen uses blockchain for its secure and immutable data storage for entire supply chains, and each separate organization in the supply chain will have access to the information through their private keys. This means that each node in the supply chain will access the same data and use the same accounting procedures. Once a supply chain is on the VChain platform, it can seamlessly transact with all the organizations within the chain, and cost inefficiencies can easily be signaled and solved. Besides the obvious benefits of retailers, usage of VChain platform also creates benefits for customers. Customers will be able to fully observe the supply chain a product has gone through before they buy it, like authenticity, the origin of the source of origin, and where organizations have added value to the product. All of this become transparent and free to assess, and consumers can base their purchases on this. Like if I have to give some examples, like even let's say we are talking about some exotic Bordeaux wine that someone has. So how can he be sure that it really is a 1907 wine originated from the grapes in a particular vineyard? Or about the coffee, like famous coffee from Venezuela, like is it real or some from some dubious companies which was never even involved with Venezuela. So all of this can be solved if we use VChain to store the information about the supply chain. This is possible through VChain because each and every product in VChain has a unique identity. In most cases, this will be a RFID tag, which will be given to the first company in the supply chain. An RFID tag is a minuscule chip that is not much different from barcodes. Only these chips communicate with their designated network systems. The chips or tags are added to the product's packaging, and every node in the supply chain will be required to add essential information to a product's identity. Once the data is entered, it can't be changed. Each organization will have a unique, immutable identity, meaning other companies can't duplicate it. So, by the time the product is stocked in stores, each action and organization involved in its production will be traceable. And we can see the block diagram of how the VChain block blockchainizes this supply chain system, and we can see all the all the tech stacks that have been used in it, like how all the IoT devices communicate, and how the softwares communicate using VeChain. Now let's talk about the VeChain ecosystem. We can see that the VeChain has four layers. The first layer is application and service layer, which has all the VeChain tool chain, VeChain world, VeChain portal, like all of these extensions, third party services, ecosystem applications, all of these reside in the application and service layer. And below that we have an infrastructure layer. This is where the VeChain developers and developer tools and turnkey solutions reside. And third, below that we have VeChain Thor blockchain. This is where the blockchain APIs reside. And below that we have the IoT layer, where all the NFCs, the RFID tags, the environmental data sensors, the secure identity device, all of this communicate. So let's talk about the near future of VeChain. VeChain VeChain is also producing the RFID chips in house, and what they plan on doing in future is that they are currently working on several upgrades for the technology, like for example adding an integrated thermometer. So this device can constantly monitor the surrounding temperature of, for example, food that is being transported, while making sure that the transporting company doesn't let the food spoil. This is just one of the many investment products and services of VChain. Beside the food industry, VChain focuses on and already has businesses with customers in the pharmaceutical, liquor, automotive, luxury goods, retail, logistics, and cold storage industries. We talked about all these companies in the previous slides. And not only this, VeChain also plans to become a leading platform for initial coin offerings, ICOs, and for conducting transactions between the Internet of Things IoT connected devices. Internet of Things means mobile phone, laptop, and we can also have transition between these now seamlessly. So we have come to the end of the seminar. So these are the references which we have used. We like to thank all of them, and I would also like to thank Dr. Ashutosh Bhatia and Dr. Kamlesh Tiwari, our course instructors, for giving us this opportunity and for introducing us to blockchain. And thanks for listening till the end. I hope now you have a better idea of what blockchain is. So I will take a leave. Thank you.